talk your shit or shut up. This is your host, Karamel.
And I'm Gaby the Goddess. Our mission here is actually to shine a light on our culture, on our community, and those topics that are very important to us as people. There's no other place where you will hear this information, where you will feel at home. Come and be welcome. Today we have our first guest. His name is Korporate. I'm sure you all know him. Oh God, like, hey, beautiful. Like, y'all gonna love it. He is such an amazing entertainer, an artist, and an influencer for our culture. And he has been giving the most important feedback as to what has been going on with the Black Lives Matter and all the looting and everything. So we want to just hear his opinion and what he has coming next.
Yeah, this shit out the channel. Shawty. Big gorgeous. Yeah.
Peasant out, Pluto.
Them diamond be gorgeous. This shit out the chain. I'm smoking that Dodge. It's straight to the brain. These niggas unloyal. He brought no reminders. I thought that I told you. We not here for games. My bitch, she be gorgeous. Fuck a good feed the brain. Say I drove her insane. 200K chain. Merely walk to the books. Time to fuck up the game. Any shit for the books. You only in it for fun. Throwing dirt on my name. They know I'm hot, see the flame. They wanna fuck with a peak.
Welcome back. We are here with Talk Your Shit and Shut Up. I have Korporate next to me. It is such an honor to have you on our show.
Blessings, I appreciate y'all. I don't need to slag though.
We feel you.
We feel you. I love it. Man, so tell us what you got going on. I know that you're doing so much music. I've been seeing more and more of your music. And you've been doing these skits. When did you even start making the Chicago Be Like videos?
Well, I started producing content in 2015 as an attempt to market my music to a more broader audience. 2016, January to be exact, is when I came up with the Chicago Niggas Be Like concept, which is what it started as. I switched it over to Black Chicago Be Like, I want to say part 20, and that was an attempt for me to allow the brand to be more marketable. I felt like one of the things that was holding Chicago Niggas Be Like from really expanding was the N-word, of course. So I switched it over to Black Chicago Be Like, and even though I switched it over to Black Chicago Be Like, the Black and Black Chicago Be Like actually is no reference to ethnicity, but more so is used to express the other side of Chicago. Similar to like the black market, like, you know what I'm saying? Black Chicago being the side opposite of the Magnificent Man, you know what I'm saying? The being, so on and so forth, like that real shit, you know what I'm saying? So once I came up with that concept and I dropped it in January of 2016, it just went up from there. So yeah.
How did that feel? Like just being trendy and just waking up like, what the hell just happened?
Man, I didn't really get a chance to really enjoy the moment of that first initial explosion, because I just knew at that point it was time to get to work. I had came to find that I had discovered a way for me to be able to, you know what I'm saying, spread. So I just got to work. I didn't have any plans on dropping part 2, but it definitely followed up, you know what I'm saying, part 3, part 5, whop bam, and now present day, I'm about to release part 5.
Oh, yes. I'm going to make a comment here because I just happened to, be going through my Facebook, and all of a sudden I see this little clip of Korporate. I'm like, okay, let me watch this. And I have to say, episode 84 got deep.
Indeed.
It definitely got deep, because I wasn't even expecting that. And I'm going to say this because I know I'm a little bit out of your generation, but because at first, when I was watching you, Korporate, I'm going to say, like, what is the point of these videos? I couldn't grasp it at first. But then I seen how well it was trending with the kids and everybody, Korporate this, Korporate that. And I'm like, okay, let me watch this again, because I'm a I'm an educator first and foremost. So yeah, I try to stay up what's trending with the younger folks as well. Just to, to have a happy medium to meet where they're at. So with you, yeah, I definitely can see it there. But I just have to say that that episode 84, I wasn't even expecting that ending. I was like, wow, he just touched home on a lot of different things. Like, I mean, if there was no more of a positive message to the youth, because I know you're getting them. They're always watching. But to be impactful to them, that's why I have to recommend, give you props, many props on that. Because there's so many people who take that for granted. You being able to reach that culture right there, because I'm gonna call them a culture. They're definitely a culture where other people have not been able to break that barrier. And for you to do something positive with that, yeah, you got mad props for that. Seriously.
Thank you so much. The craziest thing about part 84 is, as far as when I come up with the videos, the first thing that I come up with is the moral of the story. The moral of the story is the most important part of all the videos. And I pretty much just freestyle whatever, situations lead up to the moral of the story. So I know I wanted to touch on rape, I have some friends that experienced that, so on and so forth. And it was actually a learning experience for me as well, because I wasn't familiar with the RAIN organization,
Okay.
as far as that entity that you would get in contact with in the event that you do fall victim to rape. So I know if I didn't know that there's plenty of people out there that also didn't know, and I was just hopeful that with that information being put out there into the universe, that somebody was able to, take advantage of it, for the situation that they may have fell victim to. But yeah, it was a pretty deep episode for me, and I was just glad that it was well received. So.
Let me ask this: did the RAIN organization contact you to do the video, or did you? Okay, that was what you did. Okay.
Yep, I did my own research. I called them just to make sure that I understood what they do and what their purpose was, and just to make sure, okay, it is a national hotline in which you will call into, and then they reroute you to a local, organization that can assist you with, being a rape victim, or even being a victim of incest or any other type of, rape type situation.
And because there's so many people who deal with that, and it's always, especially in our culture, it's always been a closed mouth, especially when it comes to incest. You know what I'm saying? It is, nobody say nothing about it. You know what I'm saying? But that's the one thing I love about this new generation. They're becoming more vocal. They're talking about things. They're righting the wrongs of their ancestors. Let's just say that.
This is the generation, it seems like, that's tearing down those walls and not afraid to speak out. And we're seeing it in the streets with all of the rioting and the protesting and the looting. And I do know that you had firsthand experience in being out there amongst the people and shooting videos and stuff with the looting. How did that feel? What was the experience like?
That had to be some of the most unreal activity to be courtside of. I was down there downtown. I'm talking about the night when they really sent it up. I don't remember if it was a Saturday or a Sunday night.
It was a Saturday night.
And it's crazy because it just puts you in the realm of being on the set of a fucking Resident Evil or being in Gotham City. It was just so much chaos and mayhem going on at once. And as dangerous as the environment may have seemed, the crazy thing about it wasn't. It was crazy. One of the most beautiful things that I observed from such a fucked up situation was how we as a people was coming together. Yes. That shit was so crazy. I know motherfuckers was ops down there, everything. Everybody was working together. You got motherfuckers trying to, get the little security doors up, like, man, let me try to focus. It's my turn, folks. Ooh, like, I got it, folks. Let me see. Ooh, like, motherfuckers breaking in, working. You know what I'm saying? Like, teamwork make the dream work. Like, it was fucking nuts, man. The amount of love that motherfuckers are showing, I'm talking about motherfuckers they see me, I'm talking about while they're in mid-thief. My nigga! Like, offering me some of the goods that they like, it was the funniest shit ever, but you know what I'm saying, it just goes to show that, you know what I'm saying, motherfuckers can come together on one accord, you know what I'm saying. I can't, you know what I'm saying, necessarily have the same stance as some other public figures as far as just labeling it as 100% wrong, because even though generally speaking it was fucked up, there was some real shit behind that. You know what I'm saying? We motherfuckers steady falling victim to some shit, and then the first time motherfuckers wanna start listening is after motherfuckers get the breaking shit.
Right.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, motherfuckers had to hit motherfuckers' pockets, you know what I'm saying? Hit the businesses, so on and so forth. And I will admit, there may have been some motherfuckers that wasn't necessarily out there for the purpose, but more so opportunists. Okay, but even then, low key, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, there was motherfuckers out there, even an opportunity, they was out there like, man, motherfuckers owe us this. Like, you know what I'm saying? It is deeper than what's going on now. We and our people have been oppressed for so many years. Like, you know what I'm saying? Motherfuckers owe us that shit on the lowest of keys. Like, you know what I'm saying? But it was just crazy to just, you know what I'm saying, experience all that. I did shoot a music video in the midst called Freedom that I had released or whatever. And then Freedom, you know what I'm saying, was pretty much just an expression of what's going on and just being cognizant of, you know what I'm saying, society, and just never forgetting that you are a fucking king, that you're a fucking queen, and that's your destiny, you know what I'm saying, so on and so forth. So, you know, it was some beauty to being in the midst of that. It was some ugly being in the midst of that, but you know what I'm saying, for the most part, at the least, it was one hell of an experience.
Oh yeah, it goes down in the history books.
Absolutely.
You was a part of it, was in the midst of it, and just being able to live through those type of experiences and tell your daughter and your grandkids and all of that, that's just amazing. How have you been coping with the quarantine and the COVID, and just, like, what is your feeling when it comes to the economy and raising children through all of this?
I have a lot of mixed feelings about the whole, you know what I'm saying, COVID situation. I was able to work through it, fortunately. With everything being shut down, the internet was still open. So, you know what I'm saying, it was an opportune time for me to get to it. As far as the whole quarantining thing, I'm an introvert anyway, so I was practicing social distance before Corona, like I just said, like, you know what I'm saying? So, that shit didn't really bother me, but for real, but, you know, conspiracy theorists in general really irritate the fuck out of me, because it's always something that the smallest shit they believe is some bigger shit going on, so on and so forth. But I must say, I do believe it's some shit to this COVID shit, especially when motherfuckers, you know, getting through it, and, you know, we fighting through it. But CNN and Dr. Fauci, I believe, he has now one of them motherfuckers have yet to even stop with the whole, oh, shit's getting worse and so on and so forth. And I just recently seen a headline with him saying that it's about to get much worse. Motherfuckers about to be a lot more down, so on and so forth. So I just feel like it's some type of hidden agenda, you know what I'm saying, surrounding that type of shit. So all I can do is just take it one day at a time and just run it up, goddamn, to the best of my ability. Like I just said in one of my most recent raps, I said, it's their presidents and my preliminaries, because it don't matter who they try to bring in office. When they pull me over, still an open target. So basically what I'm saying is I'm gonna get to this motherfucking money. I know, you know what I'm saying, the system wasn't made for me, and it wasn't made for my brothers, it wasn't made for my fucking sisters, but all I can do is just try the best that I can to persevere.
Exactly.
So, yeah.
That's amazing. That is amazing. And I love how you are just creating in your family, like that generational wealth. You're teaching your daughter, Brazil Marie, she is amazing. She has been acting and doing voiceovers.
Yeah,
and how challenging is it to a 9-year-old to do this stuff?
Man, we've had to work on it. The first time that I had her to narrate a story, I kind of put too much on her. I forgot that I do that narration shit. So I expected her to get this shit done in a 2-hour span and end up being about 2 weeks. So, you know what I'm saying? We just had to work at it. I believe she just narrated her third story some episodes ago. She's definitely gotten much better. This particular, with the last episode that she narrated, I'm happy to say that she didn't cry. The last 2 episodes.
I'm so happy you didn't make that baby cry.
Not this time. And I mean, she's the truth. Like, you know what I'm saying? And what it is, like, you got a child and they just sitting there and, you know what I'm saying? I have a high bar that I set for anything that I do. So that same bar is set for my children because I want them to be just as great as I am. So with me, you know what I'm saying, having her, you know what I'm saying, I delete that, narrate it again. You doing it 30, 40, 50 times, she just like, you know what I'm saying, next thing you know, it's always the same thing. She'll put her head down and poke her lip out, and next thing you know, she, like, you know what I'm saying, ugly as hell, but it's just kind of like, what did daddy tell you? You see the results of hard work, you know what I'm saying? You appreciated it before. She got to experience the blessing of hard work when we had our, when she was able to join me with my campaign with AT&T. You know what I'm saying? She was able to be a part of that as well. So, and she got paid for it. So it's like, you know, so it's like, yeah, she got her hundreds in her hand. I'm like, see, this is what daddy is trying to teach you. Like when you work hard and you know what I'm saying, and you get to it, you reap the benefits of that shit. She was just like, yeah, I know. You know what I'm saying? She has got to experience how, you know what I'm saying, hard work is. So, first time she narrated, she cried. Second time she cried. But I will say one thing, every time that she cried, she always wiped her eyes and got through the rest of the shit right after that. It was only one time that she got it together. She's a soldier. Her pops is a soldier. I'm raising soldiers. I raise my daughters like niggas. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, and I am in tune with my feminine side enough for me not to have it where they just little boys, but for them not to be easily, for the feelings not to be easily hurt, for, you know what I'm saying, boys not to easily make them cry, so on and so forth, you know what I'm saying? So, I remember even when I was young with Brazil, she was 3 years old, I had took her to a birthday party, we walked. She fall, she trip over something. Everybody looking around like, oh my God, ooh, like, you know what I'm saying? I just turned around like, you good, bro? She get up, dust that stuff off and kept going, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm trying to breed soldiers, because unfortunately, daddy is not always gonna be here. And this world is fucking cruel. Especially for women. Women are an endangered species out there. And I don't need none of my daughters to be for none. You hit me? So in the midst of me, you know what I'm saying, constantly building character, I'm also trying to build business women, which is why I incorporate them into my work. You know what I'm saying? Brazil Marie is at the forefront right now. Milan Monroe is next. She's 4 years old. She already started to do her thing on TikTok and so on and so forth, and showing, you know what I'm saying, her charismatic nature. And then my youngest baby, Iceland, 1 year old, she about to fall right up behind him, and then before you know it, the Black Kardashians.
I know that's right.
I like
that. That's how you do it.
Props on that.
Most certainly.
Creating, you know, just wealth and just teaching your children. That's what we have to do.
Most certainly.
So with that being said, we're gonna take a little bit of a break, and we're gonna come right back with corporate, because man, I'm feeling that.
Oh, bless.
Yeah, definitely. I give props to the fathers, seriously. The ones that spend the time and put that extra into their kids. So with that being said, we'll be right back.
Stay tuned.
What's up? This is your girl Karamel, coming live and direct from Throwing It Back with Karamel on My Radio Chicago, only on the Support District Radio Network app.
Should or shut up. Gaby, Goddesssss, and your
Karamel.
yes, and we are still here talking to the amazing corporate, and we are just loving this conversation. Yes, amazing vibes, all positive. But what we really want to get into and find out about his opinion on just the policing in our community and all these deaths of black men, black officers. What is your opinion? How do you feel about everything that's going on? There's so many, it's just a target on, black men and even black women.
Man, whenever the topic of police come up, I can't help but to take a deep breath and just drop my head. I try not to go, too cool on the subject, but in short, I'm just glad that we're in a period of time where, they're starting to make some type of progress toward, issues with law enforcement abusing their authority, and, starting to try to, do something about that. I've had different encounters with law enforcement over the course of my years that, it made me feel some type of way toward them for real. Even toward the point where even when I have police officers and they come up to me as a result of fucking with my videos, it's bittersweet. Like, it's like, man, blessings, but at the same time, stop talking to me. Like, it's just kind of crazy. Just because of shit that I had been through, or I didn't even been pulled over, but the cop just wanted to tell me he fucked with my videos. So it's just like, even because of my experience, I couldn't even appreciate that shit because my anxiety is on 1,000. Like, I'm worried about what the next moment's gonna come. So, they get to the car and I'm just trying to see what the situation is and all. No, it was you, man. Just wanted to let. Oh, okay. Like, like real shit. So, it's bittersweet. I'm not one to say that, every cop, is fucked up, but a damn good percentage of them be on some other shit. And it's fucked up on this side of the wall, and it's 3, 4, 5, 7, 8, 9 times 10 more fucked up on the other side of the wall when you in their home court. Like, So, definitely want to shout out to Meek Mill and other, public figures that are strong pillars in prison reform. So on and so forth. But, we got a long way to go in regard to them, trying to get that type of shit together. I like to see how a lot of states are starting to go into caucus about Juneteenth being a federal holiday and shit like that. So, I do appreciate those type of advancements, but, the type of shit that be going on with law enforcement, the shit that they be on, that shit is real. And I just hope that, at some point we can come to a time, or a point in time where that shit is, decreased significantly, or, just doesn't exist at all.
And with all this coming out, they're showing more of statistics on police brutality in America against other countries. It's substantially a bigger difference, and that shows that from beginning of time slavery and all the time, they were taught to treat black people like that. So to unlearn something that has been taught from officer, the sheriffs, the deputies, they just been passing these same guidelines down. Outside of what really the law is, it's different when it comes to us. I was living in Inglewood, and almost every other day I would get pulled over, just coming from the store, and I would get pulled over. I had a Monte Carlo, I think the headlight might have been out, but they would pull me over 3 cars deep. Everybody jump out with guns. Why are you doing that for me? Handcuff everybody in the car together. My son in the back of the car crying. Like, why are you all doing this? Just to unhandcuff us and let us go.
That Monte Carlo used to be one of them. I got pulled over in Monte Carlo.
That's a hot car. It's a hot car.
I have to say this though, but I be pulled over, and I used to have a Grand Am GT at one point, and it was all tinted windows. Never had this problem with that. But I have a truck now, the GMC Academy. Yeah, when they come to my truck, you best believe they got guns, flashlights, everything. It's like, it's just me in here. Nobody else in here. I'm glad my kids not in here because they're like scared too. So to me, it's like overly excessive when it's not needed. Because I bet you if they were out in another neighborhood, they would never use all that. It's totally
It's really sad that I have a black son. I have a son, and I have to teach him, okay, if you have an encounter with a police officer, say yes sir, no sir, you know, do what they say, don't disrespect them, but the white people, they don't have to have those type of conversations with their children, you know, and then have to explain to him why are they treating me like
But
this?
you can't even number it just to your son. He's gonna have that talk with his daughters too because they're doing it to the females, Sandra Bland.
Yeah.
You know, that didn't make any sense.
No, sir.
You know, so with that being said, we just all have to protect ourselves. They definitely need to untrain them, to retrain them the right way, so that, because this is the thing, we pay our money, our taxes for their jobs, their positions. We pay them to protect us, not to treat us like criminals. So that's why they're talking about like funding them and all of those different things. So I'm just waiting to see how this is gonna play out.
Absolutely.
How this is gonna play out.
Yes, definitely need to keep on police them down.
But I have one more question for you before we let you go. You know you like it. But where do you see yourself like in the next 5 to 10 years?
Within the next 5 to 10 years, I definitely see me acquiring a significant amount of wealth, and as solidified in 2 different lanes, the Tyler Perry of Chicago, and musically the new Kanye. So those is pretty much my lanes that I'm both trying to work at the same time. So you know what I'm saying, on that path by, you know what I'm saying, putting out high quality music with high quality lyrics and messages and thoughts and ideas and so on and so forth, and high quality content that, you know what I'm saying, me along with a team record and produce all in-house, you know what I'm saying, and release.
What I do love the most is that you said if you want to be the Tyler Perry of Chicago, the Kanye of Chicago, meaning that you're not one of those people that get their money and move to California.
Absolutely.
You still want to stay here for your community.
Absolutely. Yeah, all too often motherfuckers, you know what I'm saying, the city put motherfuckers on and then they take their talents and go elsewhere. That shit OV. Like, I'm posted right here, you know what I'm saying? I don't plan on moving. At no point, you know what I'm saying, I may bounce back and forth between different locations just to run this bag up, you know what I'm saying, and do business, so on and so forth, but I'm not leaving the boundaries of Illinois. Like, you know what I'm saying, I'm in this bitch.
Just know we love you. On God. The city loves you. You get so much love here, man. And we appreciate you for all that you're doing, the impact that you're making, the positive messages you're putting out for our youth. They need it. We need it, you know. It's so amazing. Thank you so much for being on my show.
Thank you. We truly appreciate it.
So much.
Also, we got the video for them, right? Yes. So
Introduce your video for us.
yes, please do.
Whole time, what y'all about to get in tune with is one of my most recent visuals called Freedom, and it's pretty much just an expression of what the fuck going on around here with our people. So make sure y'all run them views up. God.
Of course, these actions are against the law. Of course, they're not what we want to see. But we in the majority cannot allow ourselves to be corrupted by toxic talk about the correct way to express that pain.
D Brooks exclusive.
I was born a winner, contrary to their popular opinion. They swear that I'm an ignorant degenerate. Guilty even after proving innocent. They rather see me hanging from the tree of my Timberlands. And that's just being generous. We at war, this shit is more than an incident. And then they wonder why I'm insolent. That of which I've come to find out is a benefit. We in the land of liberty, fighting for our liberation. Wow, the irony of that situation. We in a state of emergency. I'ma need more than a slave leader printed on currency. The system needs surgery and rearranged circuitry. They strip me of my privileges. I call that civil burglary. I can see the blood on the leaves. They wanna swerve on me and pull me over at the red light and leave me burgundy. I'ma need a shot of vodka, hold the orange juice. The future of my country is nothing I can look forward to at all. We call out to freedom, but it ain't going through. This is iniquity we were born into. Malcolm X to join the truth. Martin Luther King Jr., Huey Newton, John Lewis. Just a few who knew and wasn't blind to the cruelty assigned to us. So they had to fine-tune the harsh reality of what was crime to us. Decimation, segregation, separated resources and education. Not to mention, we ain't get no reparations. Why that one escalated? Why? And forwarded for redetermination by a delegation. Question mark, exclamation. I'm just looking for an explanation. Anyone? I'm waiting. Okay, I'm convinced they don't wanna see us elevated.